Okay guys, so let me start explaining the rules. So I will explain you the rules of the Werewolf, or we also call this game Mafia. So whenever I say Werewolf or Mafia, so in this game, so they are synonyms. And I will also say the word Mafia a lot, because in Ukraine we call this game Mafia. The game of Werewolf or Mafia is the game where organized minority competes with disorganized majority. So who are this organized minority? So there are like 3 players out of 10, and there are 2 roles. So like first role is Mafia. So this is how the card looks like. Yeah, so you can take the card and like look at it. And so there are 2 cards of Mafia like that in the game. And also there is card of Don. So Don is the boss of the Mafia, and I will explain his functions a bit later. Yeah, so like just like give the card like to next people. Yeah, so this is the organized minority. Then we have 6 cards, so the most common card in the game is just ordinary citizen. So we have 6 cards like that. So this is the card of the citizen, so you can also watch it. And then the 10th card, which is quite powerful one, is also a card of someone who plays for disorganized majority, but his function is to organize this majority against the Mafia. And the role is called Sheriff, so this is how the card looks like. And yeah, you can also watch it. So how do we play this game? So like first, there will be some music, you will be in the masks, and usually we play it either I ask you to wake up and show me like the number like from 1 to 10, and you show me for example 3, and I have like cards and I put it like 1, 2, 3, and then like this is your role. Or like simply like probably this time we will do it like just with the tablet. There will be cards on the tablet. You are sitting in the mask, and I ask you, like player number 1, the cards are in front of you, you just like pick a card, you wake up, you observe your role, and you give the card to me. So like then you know your role, and please remember your role until the end of the game. So like it's important, I don't answer the questions about the roles in the game. Once everyone knows their roles, I say Mafia wakes up, and whenever I say Mafia, I mean Don and Mafia. So like Don wakes up as well. So whenever I say Mafia, or like if Mafia shoots, then Don also shoots. Okay, so all 3 Mafias wake up, and then Don, who is the boss, has to decide whom to shoot in the next 3 nights. So it could be player number 7, then player number 5, and then player number 9, for example. And you have to remember this order, like 7, 5, 9, and like you have to like remember these 3 numbers. Why so? I will explain you a bit later. Okay. So the decision is made. So all in all, there will be 1 minute for this decision. I will, if you fall asleep earlier, I will not say that okay, Mafia falls asleep. I will just wait until the end of the minute, because then like you could also like make some conclusions. Oh, Mafia like made very short round of making the order, or like it was long. So like to avoid this thing, like I just don't make any conclusions of that. There will be 1 minute for Mafia to negotiate. That's all. You are done. You remember these numbers. Mafia falls asleep. Yeah, you can give the card to me. Yes, a question about the card. I will explain you after I explain the rules. I will answer all these questions. Yeah. The next step of the game, I will just give 20 seconds to Sheriff to wake up and observe the city. When it is 0 night, and like when you take your card and Mafia negotiates, we call it 0 night. And so we start counting from 0. And when you so at the 0 night, Sheriff wakes up but doesn't ask me any question like about any player. So Sheriff just observes the city, who sits like in what position, like whatever. So then just falls asleep. So why so? Because Mafia has this advantage of observing like the city during the night at the 0 round, but Sheriff doesn't. And maybe like if some Mafia is shaking, like then like Sheriff will observe it during the night. So that is made for these reasons. By the way, during the night you are sitting in the night player position like that. So like you just like place your hands on the shoulders. Why so? Also because like imagine you are Sheriff and you woke up and you saw that someone is sitting like that. And then like when you wake up, you can basically prove like to this person that you are a real Sheriff. I saw during the night that you were sitting like that. So like to avoid that things, so I ask all of you to sit in that position. So just like hands on the shoulders. That's easy. That's the 0 night, and then everyone wakes up. So how do we proceed further? We start from player number 1, so like we have like numbers for each player, and basically like each player has 60 seconds, like 1 minute, to say something. And when you are at the player number 1, you probably don't have much to say about others, so you can tell us how was your day. You can tell us some jokes. You can tell us, I don't know, like some stories about the weather, whatever you want. And then, starting from player number 2, you are kind of supposed to analyze the players who talked before you. So when you are at the slot number 2, you say, okay, I like the speech of player number 1. There was a flow in the speech. He was speaking very confident, so probably he is a citizen. Or player number 1 was very nervous. Like he basically just messed some things up in his speech. I don't think he is a citizen, probably he is a Mafia. So like that could be your speech of player number 2. And then player number 3 can say, I agree with player number 2, or I don't agree with player number 2 and I want to support player number 1. So we have like this kind of slang, like I want to play with player number 1. Why so? Because the game is about making a team. And when you are a citizen, you want to find your real teammates, not some Mafia. You want to find your real teammates, and you want to build a team of citizens to vote out all Mafias from the table. So that's why I want to play with player number 1, for example. It means I want to build a team with this player. And also Mafia also like can say it in the speech, I want to play with some citizens, because like Mafia also needs citizens to vote together with them. They cannot play only with each other. So, but that's the strategies. Of course, you are free to tell whatever you want in your speech, except some rules that I will tell you at the end of the rules explanation. But like in general, you are not, so it's not a rule that you must say something about players before you, but it's kind of presumed, and it's also good for you to analyze players before you. So, like whenever, like, so like 10 players have like 1 minute each. In your minute, if you suspect someone, you can say, I nominate player number X on the voting. Like I nominate player number 4, 5, like whatever, on the voting. And I say accepted. So whenever I say, if I don't say accepted, just like repeat it once again and make sure that I say accepted and I write it down so I will have like this protocol here, like and like it will be written down. Because then after the end of the round, there will be voting against the nominated players. So like only if the player was nominated, this player can be voted out at the end of the round. If the player was not nominated, then there is no voting against this player. My advice at the 0 round, so and now we are talking about 0 round, remember we are counting from 0, not to nominate at the 0 round. Basically, at the 0 round, if only 1 player is nominated, there will be no voting. But starting from round number 1, if only 1 player is nominated, then this player is automatically voted out. So starting from round number 1, the strategy, again my advice, is to nominate. Even if you are not going to vote for this person, so you can nominate someone, then you will hear other speeches and you can change your mind. So it's alright to nominate someone, but then vote against someone else. But like just you need to have explanation why you did so. So it's alright. You don't have to vote against someone whom you nominate. But my advice at the 0 round, not to nominate, and starting from round number 1 and further, to nominate someone and to vote someone out. Guys, this is the most important part now. If you are Mafia, and because after round number 0, like the city goes to the night, and if you are Mafia, you need to kill someone during the night. So how does it happen? So you are in the mosques, there will be some music. And like who was the first one? I think it was number 7, yes? So you need to kill number 7. And I say, so you are sitting in this position. I say, city sleeps very well, but only Mafia takes their guns and goes to the house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically, your task, all 3 of you must do this gesture at the number that you agreed at the 0 minute. So Don showed you these 3 numbers, and that's why you should remember these 3 numbers, because there will be no way to wake up after 0 night and renegotiate something with Don. So like you need to remember 3 numbers and you need to shoot, like all 3 of you need to shoot all together. If someone shoots 7 and another one shoots 10, I don't accept it and there will be a missed shot, nobody is killed. If someone shoots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I don't accept it, so you can shoot only once during the night. So like that's important. Then imagine, so like there was no missed shot, so like everyone was shooting okay, and then I say Sharif, I say Don wakes up. Why Don wakes up? Because Mafia doesn't have full information as well. Mafia doesn't know who is Sharif. So it's not perfect information for Mafia. And Don can ask me who is Sheriff. And Don asks me number 4, for example. And I say yes or no. So I just like show it. Yes or no. And if I say yes, it means yes, Sheriff. No, it means no, not a Sheriff. Don gets this information and Don falls asleep. Then Sheriff wakes up. And Sheriff asks me, who might be the Mafia? Sheriff asks me number 1. And I say, yes, Mafia, no, not a Mafia. So like when I say yes, it means Mafia. It doesn't mean citizen. It means mafia. If I say no, it means not a mafia, so a citizen. So that's that's important, because there were some cases that people thought that yes means citizen, so like yes means mafia. Sheriff gets this information as well, falls asleep, and then I say city wakes up. City wakes up without, like, let's say player number 7 who was shot, and then player number 7 has a right to, so first player number 7 wakes up, not everyone, but only player number 7. Player number 7 has a right to say 3 numbers who are the most suspicious to him. He says, for example, 8, 9, 10. And then I write 8, 9, 10 as his like best move. And usually if you are playing for some rating, so here we are not playing for some rating, but if you are playing for some rating and if he gets like 2 out of 3 correctly, at least 2 out of 3 correctly, then he will get some bonus points. But like now, just forget about it. So like there is this best move, then everyone else wakes up, and player number 7 has the last minute to explain his logic, like why he suspected these numbers. And then like number 7 is out, and then everyone, and then everything goes in the same way as I said. Everyone has 1 minute, you can nominate. At the end of the round, there will be voting to vote someone out. Starting from round number 1, remember it was 0 round, now we are at round number 1. We start from player number 2, and every next round we will be shifting like the first player who opens the table like by 1 further. So that's it. And then basically like that's it. When does Mafia win? Mafia wins when there is equal number of Mafia and other players, like citizens plus sheriff. So like if you have like 3 by 3, 2 by 2, or 1 by 1, then Mafia wins. If all Mafias are out of the game, then city wins. So here like it's clear. There are some rules that I also need to explain you. So like what happens if you violate the rules and talk not in your minute, for example. If there is a minute of number 3, but number 2 decided to talk in the minute of number 3, like to say something. What happens? You get a fault. Like so, if you get 3 faults during the game, then you don't have a minute next round. If you have 4 faults in the game, you are automatically out of the table. So 1 or 2 faults, it's all right. You can violate the rules 1 or 2 times without any sanctions. But whenever it's 3 faults, then be careful, guys. So for what else do you take faults? For referring to any religion, for example, God sees I am not a werewolf, so like this kind of stuff, that's a fault. Actually, I think at the tournament tables, so that will be not a fault, that will be automatical disqualification of the player after you say something like that. For touching other players, at least in a way that I can see it. So if it's under the table and I didn't see it, you will not get a fault. Why should you sometimes like touch other players? If you are sheriff and you checked like a player who sits near you and you want to tell this player, hey, I'm a sheriff and I checked you, let's play together, because this player is a citizen and you are sheriff and you want to play together to team up, and you don't want to show it at the table like so that everyone sees, you can just like hit a bit like this person under the table, and then like this means that you are sheriff and this person was proven a citizen. So that's just some tactics. But in general, touching other players is a fault. Saying like some offensive words like will be a fault. Some other offensive words you will be out of the game. So like the F word, you are out of the game. If you just say like oh shit, then like that's the fall. So these are the rules. And also there are some stricter rules that you are automatically out of the game if you violate them. So one of them is saying F word. So like F word, don't say it. Like sorry.
Which one?
I can show you.
The four-letter word or the more?
Yes, the four-letter word, but like maybe like some other words as well. Like we will see. You can try, but like so if you doubt if this word is legal to say, it's better not to say it. You know, like like to more like serious part. So also you get out of the game for waking up when you are not allowed. So if you are Mafia and you forgot whom to shoot, it's better to make a miss shot than than to wake up and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course you will be out of the game for that. It doesn't work. So you must be in the mask during the night. Only if you are Don or Sheriff. When I say Don wakes up, you wake up. Or Sheriff wakes up, you wake up. At other times, so if it's not your turn, like whatever, if you are Don and you woke up when Sheriff must wake up, or if you are Sheriff and you woke up when Don must wake up, you are out of the game. Like just because you can observe some other players who are who have other roles, you know. That's important rule. Any bets or promises to do something after the game. If you say, if you vote against player number 1, I will buy you a beer. Like, you are out of the game. Or let's bet for 10 euro that I'm not Mafia. Like, you are out of the game. So like, this kind of stuff, like, please don't do it. Any visible gesture or like whatever like position which differs from the night player position during the night phase. So like why so? As I explained, so like there might be a sheriff in the game, but also some of mafias, for usually it's Don, can also say I am sheriff, and then like you need to compare two sheriffs and you need to decide who of them is real one and who of them is a fake one. And to do so you can ask, by the way, in which position did I sit when sheriff woke up? And then the real sheriff will tell you were sitting in that position, and like the fake sheriff will tell you something else, and then like it will be clear. So like to avoid this situation, like we have this rule that like everyone must like just be in this position. If sheriff wakes up and you start waving to sheriff, oh please check number 5, like then you are out of the game after that. So like just like don't do this. And also you are out of the game for crying, but so far nobody cried. Yes, then like you may ask me if I have only 1 minute, how could I communicate my like position, I don't know, some information, how could I communicate? You can use gestures, it's allowed. And this is the most common gesture, so this is a question mark, like who, what, why, whatever. So basically like who is number 2? Like I want to ask number 3, who is number 2? And number 3 can tell me, I think he is a citizen, or I think he is a mafia. So this means citizen, this means mafia. If you are unsure, you can like show something like that. So it means a gray zone, like I don't know. Also there is a sign of sheriff, so this sign. If you are sheriff, and you are sitting at number 10, for example, you don't want to wait all the minutes before you like to reveal information that you are sheriff. You can say I am sheriff just by showing this gesture, and then you say like in the first night I checked number 2 he is a citizen, and then in the second night I checked number 8, and she is a Mafia, for example. So like this will be the information of Sheriff. If you are Sheriff, by the way, reveal yourself, please reveal yourself when there are 7 players at the game, 7 or 8 players at the game, then reveal yourself. But before that, it's better not to reveal yourself, at least if you are not going to be voted out. If you are going to be voted out and you see that everyone else wants to vote you out, then please tell, I am Sheriff, please don't vote me out because city needs me. So that's just a strategy. Of course, you are free to do whatever you want, but the good strategy is like that.
Is it mandatory for Sheriff to reveal himself when there are 7 or 8?
It is not mandatory, but it is a strategy for Sheriff, like that will help you to win this game. Because if there are 7 players, and imagine Sheriff doesn't reveal himself and doesn't share the information, and City votes out someone wrong, there is a chance that there will be, so next there will be 6 players, and there will be like 3 by 3 victory of Mafia. So there will be 3 Mafias and 3 citizens. So like that's it. Yeah, let me like just finish the gestures and I will answer your questions, okay? And then like also like when Don wakes up, like so like when Mafia wakes up and Don wakes up, Don shows this gesture to show that he is Don, and then Don shows like the numbers like 7, 5, 9. Then like it is like the order that Don shows after showing that he is Don. Yeah, and also if you want to ask Sheriff to check someone, you can make this wave. So this means please check number 7. Please check number 8. So like if you make this wave, it means like please check. So like you can ask Sheriff to check someone by showing. Yeah, so probably that's it. If you have any more questions, you can ask me during the game, like by showing this this gesture, and this means that you have a question about the rules. If you ask any questions about the rules, I don't answer them. So only questions about the rules. Yeah, so thank you very much, and cheers to our YouTube channel, and yeah, I hope these rules will help you to know about the game, and you are very welcome to come to the international club to our Werewolf games, and please follow us on social media. In Instagram we will make all the announcements of our further meetings.